highs in the mid-80s. More storms likely overnight on Tuesday, some of which could be severe. On Wednesday, sunshine with highs in the mid-50s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is showing a few clouds over the 4 states.
57 in Neosho, 59 in Pittsburgh, 60 in Joplin. To get signed up for your weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Mrs. Stribling's 5th grade class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your class group or kids or whomever to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com, go to the Morning KIX page, and click on the button there to find out how to upload your audio.
We're just 15 minutes away from your first chance of the week to get to win the secret sound.
Here's Parker McCollum
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Oh, crud.
What's the matter?
I just accidentally closed one.
Okay. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Jimmy. Doing well. How are you doing? Which ones are you redoing? Mm-hmm. Everyone have a good weekend?
What'd you do? Did you clean it up?
Good. Glad to hear it, Jimmy. You always pull it off, though. Like, you're really good about being able to listen to something and then play it back and, like, know what to do.
If I can sing it in my head, I can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, though, it's...
Yeah. Not long enough. I have to work today. Oh, Sarah, you don't get your Monday off. Dustin says, morning, Randy and Jen. Hope y'all had an awesome weekend.
Morning.
Morning, Dustin. Yeah. This weekend was a lot of fun. I had a great time at KFC this weekend.
Gave away free chicken for a whole year.
Yeah. Tina Whittick. Congratulations to her. And it was it was a really good turnout. There were a lot of really fun people that stopped by and hung out and ate really good food. And the people at KFC were super nice. Yeah, that too. You get Friday off. Oh, that's good, Sarah.
We don't.
No, we'll be here. So, yeah, what we did, Jimmy, I don't know if it's still up, but we did a video on our stories on Facebook. Is I had one of the employees with KFC put all of our names, all of the entries, I should say, into an actual KFC chicken bucket. And then I held it up and I shook it around and mixed everything up. And then he reached in and pulled out a name and Tina won. Lacey stopped by. I got to see Lacey and talk with her for a little bit. Will, got to see him. There are quite a few people who just drove by and honked and yelled, Jen! Hi!
Jen Rummy. You didn't
Jen
get to hear the
Rummy.
rest of it.
Hey, good morning, Jimmy. How are you? How was your weekend? I got to bring more 2X and XL next time. Those are the most asked for sizes.
Always.
And the last I actually gave away were mediums.
Yep. That's why there's less mediums than smalls than everything else.
Yeah.
So the wind on Friday was freaking nuts.
It was awful.
I don't know what the actual high recorded wind speed was, but it was over 50 mile an hour, which anything, as you know, over 60 miles an hour is considered an inland hurricane.
Yeah.
And we were very close to that. There's tornadoes that only have 50 mile an hour winds.
Jeez.
So we were experiencing that on Friday, and it was knocking the power out. At one time, Liberty had over 2,000 customers without power on Friday afternoon. We're in the studio at my house trying to do a recording session, and the power keeps going off over and over and over again. One time it went off for up to almost 30 minutes, and I had gone to turn on the generator, and I got right to it, got everything hooked up, had my hand on the key, and boom, the power came back on.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. The lights would flicker, and we'd think, oh, it went off or it wiped the program, but the computer would still be running. Somehow, I think those Furmans that I have a little extra juice in them.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as everything's plugged into that, when the power dips, it regulates the power. That's what those are, as regulators, and keeps there from being any fluctuations.
Mm-hmm.
So that normally, if the power blinks, your computer is restarting itself.
Yeah.
But that would keep it going.
Thank goodness.
Sometimes.
That would have been awful to lose all that stuff.
Well, we lost it numerous times throughout the experience. So we had to start all over many times. So
that sucks.
Pain in the butt process. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Of all days.
Right, of course.
And if you tried to do anything outside this weekend, you know what it was like having stuff in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And what you really love is working with something that's moist or wet or damp that can't get any dirt in it at all outside. That's a great situation.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
If you're trying to do stuff with oil or gas in your lawnmower, which I was trying to get mine run, and just the amount of crap that Mother Nature would blow into it. You know, like, are you kidding me? Makes you really love Kansas.
Hey, what
freaking
are you putting it on
prairies
Kansas for?
Because all the wind in Missouri comes from Kansas. Like Kansas is just farting over on Missouri.
Would you stop it?
Constantly.
How'd she do in competition? How'd it go, Sheila? Dustin, hardly.
Hardly what?
Good morning, Kathy. Emily, congratulations.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states. Number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 709.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 60 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes. Tell you about our chance of storms coming in Tuesday night.
We're just 10 minutes away from your first chance to guess to win the secret sound.
But right now, it's Keith Urban.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. What did Emily do?
Do you want to tell Emily? Are you friends with her? Yeah. Okay, then you'll see it on her Facebook page too. She was okay. She fell and hurt her. Oh man. I'm glad she's okay at least. Those knee injuries can be really tough. Done with that. Done with that. There we go.
Oh, goodness. No, Emily. Wait a minute. That's okay.
What?
I just saw an Emily Grider on Facebook from Kentucky who just announced a pregnancy. And I thought, no, not again.
Randy.
Well, she's got a lot of kids. She'll be the first to admit it. Emily's got a lot of kids.
She says, I'm finally a fiance. She got engaged.
Congratulations.
That's so exciting, Emily. I'm so happy for you.
And I'm glad it's not another kid.
Randy.
She is too, aren't you, Emily?
Gonna be a do. Okay. Nope. Yes. we go. She says, no kids, I'm done with that.
Yep, there you go.
It looked like a very sweet moment. Jimmy commented on today's Oh No You Didn't news. Time to move. Yes.
I think so.
I don't know that I would wait till the 17th time of my house getting hit to finally move.
People have a hard time learning lessons.
I guess.
So your picture really confused my wife. The one where you're pointing back at it.
Oh, yeah.
You're straight and the building's crooked. She's like, how'd she do that? She goes, was Jen crooked? It's like, she had to be.
Oh, I didn't even notice I did that.
I'm like, how'd she do that? She's like, looks like she's shoving the building over. I was like, maybe she is.
Maybe I am. Honestly thought he was about to do a prank. They were all acting weird, and then I saw the phone out recording. So as soon as you saw the phone, did you know what was going to happen? But yeah, KFC was super fun. Everyone there was really, really nice, and they're excited to be working and be a part of what they are. And
Nice. Yeah, it's the only KFC. It's the first KFC we've had in Joplin. Once upon a time, we had 2 of them, you remember. And the tornado kind of did away with all that. And there's not been another one since then. So that's been over 10 years,
Yeah.
you know. Carthage has had one for quite some time, but it's not been that long for them. I think 4 or 5 years since they got one.
how long has Webb's been there?
Oh, I forgot about Webb's. Always forget about Webb's. I don't know.
But they don't have the lobby open anymore. You can only go through the drive-through.
That been since COVID or something?
I
Or
believe so.
probably
they
they
just
couldn't
never
afford to
reopened it.
hire anybody back.
Mm-hmm. But they had a full staff in Joplin, and they were all super attentive.
And it's a good location, too, right there next to Walmart. Those always do well. And
Good morning, Romelda. There's not one on Range Line and 26th?
no,
No?
there is no Range Line and 26th Street.
Yeah.
There's no 26th Street on Range Line. 26th does not come out on Range Line.
Pittsburgh would have donated their KFC.
I don't think, unless you count that thing by the old depot, I don't believe that's where it would be if there was a 26th Street, would be the viaduct.
She said, okay, by Lowe's. There's a Brahms right there by Lowe's.
Yeah, there is. There's
And
a
an
Brahms
Arby's?
And an Arby's. There is no KFC. No. That's where it used to be, was right there near that. But there has not been since, like, for ages.
He thought he was going to do something for April Fools.
Who? Oh, him.
Emily's talking about the
yeah.
proposal.
There is not, Sheila.
What? What'd you say?
I was talking to them. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
Here's David Lee Murphy and Kenny Chesney on KIX. Neosho has KFC.
Yeah. There is now, Romel.
Yeah, there wasn't before, and now there is.
Yeah, we've not had a KFC in like over 10 years.
Yeah, it's brand new, and it's really nice. They've done a really good job with it.
Which I can't eat KFC.
Well, I
Makes me
can't either,
sick
but-
every time. They use a lot of MSG in their chicken, and I'm not a fan of chicken anyway. But I like KFC. I like the taste of KFC. I love their mashed potatoes and gravy. There's something they do with that I love. And I love their biscuits. But for the most part, if I eat at KFC, I've got to take the next couple of days off work because I'm going to be sick.
Yeah. I like their coleslaw and their mashed potatoes. Those are like the only two things I can eat from there. Oh, man. You're missing out. Well, I hope it's better than the one in Neo Show.
We all do.
I'm probably biased, but they were great when I was there. So did I tell you we bought a hammock?
Yeah, you told me that.
Oh my gosh.
Where'd you tie it up?
So we've got
Couple of
two.
trees.
Yeah, we've got two pretty big trees in our front yard that are just far enough away to make it work. And so yesterday, while it was still fairly windy, I went out there and curled up in it with a book. And it was just windy enough to where I would sway real nicely. I went to sleep. I didn't read any of my book. I was like, this is so nice. And it was warm. It was like mid-70s, low 80s. And oh my gosh.
It was a nice temperature yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready for winter part 2?
No, don't do that.
Wednesday night's supposed to be 35.
Don't do that. Yeah, the change from Tuesday to Wednesday is going to be tough because we're going to go mid-80s to mid-50s.
Yeah, very dangerous. The 30-degree temperature drop means, cold front coming in on the tail end of that warm air pressure system. So that will be very dangerous. So as a result of all the storms that had happened, I mean, we didn't get them, but on Friday affected Arkansas, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana, all those areas. I had a friend who lives over in Tennessee, and I was talking to him on Saturday. He said it was crazy. He said our power was out for quite a while, and we had a lot of branches down, but that's it. He goes, but I have a friend who lives in the next town over that his whole home was wiped out. And
my gosh.
As part of their tornadoes, they're lucky to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of storm system is what we're expecting to move through here, that potential for that on Tuesday evening.
Yeah, that storm was wild. They had tornadoes from that specific stretch of storms all the way up in New Jersey.
Yeah, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, all the way from there, from Louisiana pretty much to New Jersey. That's a massive line. And as part of this one coming Tuesday, they're calling for coast-to-coast snowstorms on the northern end of it.
Wow.
So, not for us, but.
Secret sound, y'all get ready.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 720.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 60 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 5 minutes. But right now, it is time for you to win some cash.
We're looking for caller number 5 at 623-1025.
To tell us what the secret sound is and win $352.50.
So all you have to do is tell us, what is this sound?
Oh, what's that?
What do you think it is?
623-1025 to tell us.
We're looking for caller number 5 to guess the the secret sound.
From the 4 states #1 for cash. That ends today. Today is the final, the championship game, yeah. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 1.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 2.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller 4.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this? Amanda, where are you from?
Amanda from Joplin.
You are caller number 5.
Woo-hoo!
All right, Amanda, it's your chance to win the cash, $352.50.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
It sounds like 2 pieces of styrofoam rubbing together.
She says 2 pieces of styrofoam rubbing together.
For $352.50, that is not it.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $377.50.
And give you another chance to play with MJ at 11:20.
You too.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.
I think I'm finally starting to understand how the money amounts go back and forth. Because I knew it was $377.50 before he said it based on what the other ones were.
Does that mean you're going to get it right from now on?
Probably not. Let's not bank on it.
Darn.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot.
All right, you guys have a great day.
No.
Plenty of time.
My boss.
That's what I do with Kyle every morning. He'll be like, have a great day. Don't tell me what to do. Who do you think you are? Ooh, yeah.
So it came as this bread dough that you had to put out and let it rise, and she missed what you're supposed to slice it before it rises. So she put it into a pan like you would a bread loaf.
Right.
And it rose. And then she had to stretch it into lumps and put it in and bake it that way. But for some reason, and then she put it back in the oven to keep it warm, and it dried it out severely. So they're delicious, but they are very hard texture.
All right, you ready? 13 seconds. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the secret sound.
Amanda from Joplin.
You are caller number 5.
Woo!
Awesome.
All right, Amanda, it's your chance to win the cash, $352.50.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
It sounds like two pieces of styrofoam rubbing together.
She says 2 pieces of styrofoam rubbing together.
For $352.50, that is not it.
Darn.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $377.50.
And give you another chance to play with MJ at 11:20.
All right, you guys have a great day.
And then if no one gets it with MJ, it's 402.50, right?
Oh, look at her, guys.
And then
doing...
it's 427.50.
Oh.
Am I getting it? Am I doing it?
No, that's incorrect.
What, really?
No,
Dang it,
no,
Randy.
it's incorrect.
Don't do that. I'm so. And then 452.50, 477.50. Okay. It took me a whole season and a half to get
Year.
a year to get it.
Ow.
Don't do that.
Bang my knee into the counter.
I think Deliverance is one of the first Jen's Movie Rehab movies that Kyle did not watch with me. Like,
Really?
he got up and started doing something else.
It bugged him that
Oh,
much.
yeah. It was not for him.
Okay, now here's the big deal about it, and we can say in here. Of course, Jen's going to act like she didn't know what the movie was about and everything, but I'd already told her.
Mhm.
But how many female rapes do you see in movies and women are expected to be okay with? In fact, that was one of the big deals in the dissertations that I was reading.
Mhm.
Women cope very easily with the movie Deliverance.
Right.
Men don't. Women are used to this cultural idea of rape being part of the threat that they deal with.
Right.
Men aren't. And it's about the rape of a man is the movie Deliverance. So it's a whole gender bias thing in the way that the audience reacts to the movie. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
women are like, yeah, welcome to the club, you know.
They
Picked a weird one to go after like that, didn't
did.
they? The Beatties.
It raised so many questions. Like, why him? Is it because he was bigger? Is it because
He was
he did
weaker.
resemble the pig? Is it because he's weaker?
Because he's weaker. That's what rape's all about.
It was just not an easy watch
Mm-hmm.
by any means. The Ed, though, played by John
Voight.
Fantastic. And, I really liked Burt Reynolds as well. Not necessarily his character,
Right.
but the way that you saw this evolution in his character. And Burt
Ned
just
Beatty's annoying.
executed that so well.
Ned Beatty,
yeah,
I
he was
thought
annoying.
Some of the casting that they did for this role, this movie, though, is like, where do you find these people?
Mm-hmm.
That boy that played Banjo. Did you notice? Could you tell it was not his arms?
No.
It was not his arms. Someone else is reaching through playing the banjo, which is nuts.
Couldn't even tell.
It's in the National Film Archives as historically significant.
I still don't know what I'm going to rank it.
And I don't think that any of our other movies that we watched have been.
Yeah.
I don't think.
So is that something that they were actually doing? Is they were uprooting these towns and making lakes and stuff
Oh,
over
my
them?
gosh. All over the place. Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Same thing. All over the, what was the name of the river that they blocked up? Was it the Gasconade or whatever? I can't remember, in Missouri. This is back in the 20s, 30s. And they blocked up these rivers, dammed them up, and created Lake of the Ozarks. But there were a number of towns that were wiped out as a result of that.
So are there buildings and things at the bottom of Lake of the Ozarks?
Most of these lakes, Lake Norfolk down in north central Arkansas, occasionally during extreme drought seasons, I've seen this. The water level drops so low that you see roofs begin to poke out that are still preserved down there.
What?
Yeah. And I've had buddies. We used to
eerie.
scuba dive when I was a teenager, and I had another guy that I scuba dive with sometimes in the local rivers and lakes. He had been down and gone through some of these ghost towns.
Mm-hmm.
He said downtown area, and I forget the name of the little town down near Mountain Home, Arkansas. He said it's the creepiest thing, like the creepiest scene you've ever imagined out of a horror movie. This frozen town down under there. So we talked about it before. What's the name of the ruins? Oh my gosh, there is the ruins of a big mansion up on a mountain there, just south of Lake of the Ozarks. I went there. I showed you the pictures of it. It had burned out. Okay. That guy fought the state of Missouri because he owned most of that valley down below, and Missouri claimed that as eminent domain. Broke the guy. He ended up spending all of his money trying to fight the state of Missouri to protect his property from the Lake of the Ozarks coming in. He lost. But that town and that whole valley down below is the very southern end of Lake of the Ozarks, and a lot of his stuff that he owned was destroyed as a result of that.
Yeah, I bet you could write an entire paper deep diving into that aspect of this movie as well, watching them actually uproot cemeteries, pull out the coffins, and then moving whole buildings down the street and things like that.
And this had been a huge thing. Part of the Army Corps of Engineers was a big part of this, it's development programs. It created jobs. It created industry for local small communities like that. It did a lot.
Right.
But when you have these deep-rooted, seated communities that had to be uprooted as a part of that, so what you had to do was greater good against greater cost, and almost always the greater good weighed out. I mean, you look at these little backwoods communities like around Mountain Home, Arkansas and stuff like that, wouldn't be near the tourist icons that they are in their community. And Mountain Home's a very prosperous community, very beautiful area, and a great vacation spot. There's a lot of tourism dollars down there. Just would not have existed had it not been for that.
Yeah, Megan says Beaver Lake has buildings when the water gets low. Jimmy says Eureka Springs has a town below. They found them in southwestern Missouri. What did they find in southwestern
Find
Missouri?
what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Be more specific, baby.
Okay. Ha Ha Tonka.
Ha Ha Tonka. That's the name of the mansion that we were talking about. Yeah. Thank you.
Good morning, Lisa.
What is this movie, Sheila? We're talking about Deliverance. That was Jen's movie. For Jen's movie rehab, we assigned her.
Oh, okay. So that's where they found the people for the movie was
out of Southwest Missouri.
Southwest Missouri.
We're in Southwest Missouri, Did they really? I didn't know that.
unless you're just being facetious. Randy, when are you moving your hands up and down? It looks like you are trying to slap Jen.
Right?
Oh, yeah, because I'm under. I see it now.
So Deliverance is one of those movies you'll never want to watch twice.
No, absolutely not.
You never do. It's just, why would you? There was nothing. The experience in and of itself is, because it emotionally and mentally affects you, it's valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And it also changes the way you prospectively think about some gender definitions.
Yeah.
So it's valuable in that regard, but there is nothing pleasant about it.
No, not at all.
Mm.
It was kind of funny because you even mentioned on Friday that even the ending is not very satisfying.
No.
And it wasn't.
You're like,
okay.
all right then. Okay, yeah.
Like there's a moment where you see the hand coming up there. You're like, oh, nope. Okay.
What was the hand coming out? I don't remember that.
The body was the hand from the body they threw in the water was coming up. And then
Oh, yeah. And then it goes back down. Yeah.
goes back down.
No, we have not, Dorinda. We're getting ready to do that here in a little bit. She's going to score it. There are, I think, 3 or 4 movies I have in the list that are like this.
Mm-hmm.
Not movies you want to see again, but because of their ability to have great effect on you, I think they're warrant value. You know?
Right. And these are not movies that the kind of movies that I am typically interested in
And not
watching.
necessarily horror movies either. I wouldn't call this a horror
No,
movie.
no.
And I've got another one that I'm thinking of. The one with Sissy Spacek called Night Mother is not a horror movie at all, but it's a horrible movie because of its content. You know, I've got to find another bulb and change that out.
Week one.
Yeah, it's really making it dark over there. Although it looks good on camera.
Yeah. I mean, on camera, your head's getting cut off, though.
Because I'm standing.
Do you want me to move your camera or just leave it?
Let's see. Yeah, I could still be moved a little bit. I'm too close to the top compared to you. Either that or we can move yours down. There you go.
No, let's not touch mine. That was a whole
Please.
thing last time. Have a great day, Romelda. So I think I know what I'm going to rank it. I've kind of been teetering.
Really?
Teetering, yeah.
Can't rank it based on likability. That's
Yeah,
a different
correct,
thing.
correct.
So you've got to rank it on what is your, we might even talk about, what is your criteria, Jen?
What is my criteria?
Your ranking criteria.
Mhm. The storyline itself, the execution of the storyline, the
Yeah.
development of the characters and progression of them.
Yeah.
Is this a new shirt? On a side note. I don't think I've seen you wear it. I like it.
I wore it yesterday. It was
Is it like velvety? Is the paisley velvety? Is that what
Yeah.
it is? Or is it just a darker black?
No, it's a velvety.
That's cool.
I thought it would be good for layers.
Mm-hmm.
So I wore it in black pants.
5 seconds. Here we go.
And a denim shirt, not a jacket. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 60 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at 4 states news and weather in just 26 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know if you know someone who spoils their pets.
Tell us at 623-1025 or on Facebook.
So this weekend, I had to watch another movie.
Yeah, it was a vacation movie with. So, how'd you like Deliverance, Jen?
Here's my thing. I understand why we do Jen's Movie Rehab. I go home every weekend after you assign me a movie. I watch it. I come back more educated on Monday.
Right.
This is one of those movies that kind of gave me the ick. First and foremost, you told me that this was going to be a nice movie, float trip among friends, going out, having a great time.
Was that inaccurate?
It was wildly inaccurate,
But
Randy
it
Brooks.
was a float trip. It was friends on the river.
Randy Brooks. This movie was infinitely beyond just that.
I didn't want to give everything away.
Oh, gee. Okay, that's what it was.
So it
Sure.
was guys out floating on the float trip, having a great weekend on the river.
It may have slightly been that, and then it
Started that way.
wildly changed.
Yeah.
And, you know, this was a really interesting movie just because it's one that you have to really be willing to sit through even when it's really hard.
It is awful.
There were some moments. I mean, the pig scene, I think that's all I have to say, and everyone's probably just going,
like
and
a
y'all
pig.
know what I'm talking about, right? It was so hard. Stop. Oh, my gosh. It's so uncomfortable to watch that, and it was really hard to watch that. But here, it was so well done, the movie as a whole. The actors were incredible, the way that they took these characters and gave them life. Burt Reynolds, Lewis, his character, I was like, man, this guy is so full of himself. Oh, you got to play the game. And then you see this transition when he hurts his leg where he's no longer this leader.
Yeah.
And it kind of switches to Ed. So it was a great movie. I don't think I'll ever want to watch it again.
It is so much of our cultural lexicon, though. If I say, you sure got a pretty mouth, everybody instantly knows what I'm talking about, what I'm meaning, what the context is, and it's from that one little part of the movie.
Right.
Or squeal like a pig boy. Or,
I finally understand what it's from.
Or if you hear the banjo.
The banjo. Yes, that whole scene was crazy. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I really had to pull back and say it's not about likability. It's about the movie as a whole, the characters, the storyline. So I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. This movie is in the National Archive as being historically relevant.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, there's been numerous dissertations done, studies done as to how it affects men worse than it does women, because women, the whole idea of rape is something that they've had to deal with for generations since the beginning of time.
Right.
But for a man, it's a very different story, and it makes it a lot more difficult for a man to watch than a woman.
Which I can understand that. It was really interesting to see how that was affected and how that was explained and dealt with throughout the movie as well.
So we'll find out what she has to watch on Friday
For Jen's Movie Rehab,
with the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
On the
It's like, yes, the dueling banjos.
Yeah. So the kid's not really playing the banjo, the little weird, what mongoloid?
I don't know.
His eyes were just weird.
They were. That whole scene was very interesting.
And the way he would look at people. They cast him specifically to not have him talk.
Mm-hmm.
Said it was his look.
Yeah.
That the director instantly knew when he saw that boy. And I forget, it wasn't a casting call that he came to. They saw him and offered him the role.
Mm-hmm. Have a good day, Sheila. Yeah, I was telling Randy before this that this was the first movie I think that I've watched that Kyle has got up and stopped watching it with me.
It was too much.
It was too much for him, He went off and he started doing laundry or something else instead, and he would check in every now and again, but he had no interest in watching it after that.
No, there's nothing entertaining. Well, that's not really true, because ideally you should be entertained by by something that affects you emotionally, mentally, behaviorally,
Sure.
whatever. So, yeah, it's entertaining. It's not fun entertainment. You could say an enema is entertaining, but is it?
I think the movies that can make you feel something and really make you think are some of the best ones, though.
Yeah.
That's what this movie does.
And sometimes that is because a movie hits you on a personal level.
Sure.
Sometimes it's because it takes you outside your comfort zone, like this one did, or for whatever reason. But this is one of the greats, so we got to get it on there. The main reason it was on our list is because there are so many cultural references that attain to it that you had no clue what they were about. So we had to
no
fix
idea.
that. That's the reason we had to. There had to be on the list.
I was a little curious. What was the point? I think it was Ed looked in the house when they went to go see the Griner brothers, and there's the old woman, and her face has got the sores, I guess, all over them, and then there's the very disabled little girl. Were we supposed to take something specific away from that? I don't know.
They were showing the destitution, I think, of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Those people being the local natives around that area. Where were they supposed to be? Was it in Kentucky or Georgia?
Georgia.
They were in Georgia. Yeah. So these Georgia rednecks, and they were trying to show you the destitution, I knew, of the people. While, yes, They were settled into their community. It was a bad situation that the city slickers were coming in and taking all their homes away, but they were really comfortable in their own misery.
Yeah.
And there's a little girl that can't get proper health care because it's not available to her. And there's that old lady, with her situation. They're living in destitution, and they don't know any better. Or, how the old adage, you can take a frog and put it in a pan and turn the heat up, and as it gradually warms, it'll cook the frog to death, and he'll never even be aware of it until he's dead. That sort of thing,
So Kyle was still watching the movie with me at that point, and he brought that up almost immediately. He was like,
"What's the point?
What's going on here?" And he was like, "Is it because they're inbreeding that they look like that, or are we supposed to take that away from it?" And I was like, "Oh,
possibly,
maybe."
There was that whole aspect too, that birth defects coming as a result of inbreeding. But again, they're just painting this picture of their lifestyle.
Right.
So while they're defending their lifestyle, they're also stuck in it and don't know any better because they're products of their environment. But they're comfortable in their environment. How many people have you known that are just messy pigs because they grew up in that kind of situation?
Right.
That's what they're comfortable in.
And then I thought one of the things I thought was cool too is if pig guy, what is his name?
It's been years since I've seen it, so don't.
Well, so one of the things that they did is they gave him imperfect teeth, which I don't know if you know this, but I've got family down in Georgia, and they've talked several times about the sulfur level in the water down in Georgia
affects
and
their
how
teeth,
it would
makes them
gray
weaker.
your teeth and cause it to rot.
Yeah,
and you can see that in some of their teeth and things like that as they're talking, and it was just really
so
interesting.
they're just making them culturally, accurate.
Yes, absolutely.
Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Good morning.
Hello,
Hey,
Dustin.
how are you doing? Did you have a good weekend? Sounds like it was a great weekend.
Yeah, the girlfriend maybe.
What can we do for you today, Dustin? All right, well, we'll see what we can do for you, okay? Have a great day, Dustin.
I noticed we have I'm a little confused on our schedule.
What's up?
Well, we have the Bass Award or Cheaters,
Mm-hmm.
Bass Tournament Cheaters story.
For tomorrow,
Is that okay? It's tomorrow. Never
Yeah.
mind. All right.
we're doing a chew.
Yeah.
At this one.
We had another one on, and I swapped it
Mhm.
out because I thought let's do the other one closer to Easter.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good call. There's a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly that shows a real life family just like that one from the movie. They are the Whitaker family.
There's more than just one.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody who's grown up around here or anywhere in southern Missouri knows a few. I'm related to some of them, in fact.
Bobby's telling the same story that you did about how it wasn't even him playing.
Mhm.
That's what Randy said earlier.
I was telling about that he didn't play. Billy Redden is the kid's name, yeah. Yeah, he's wearing a shirt where another guy playing behind him has his arms through.
Billy Redden.
Which allowed him just to stare blankly the whole time, and grin and everything at the, what's his name, playing. The other guy is really playing acoustic.
Let's
Well,
see.
and how many of us have watched,
He was Banjo Man in Big Fish and Outrage.
yeah. So, what's the story? What's the documentary they used to have on History Channel about the moonshiners?
Oh, Moonshiners. Yeah.
Yeah. That full of people like this,
Mhm.
so stuck in their ways. Don't you try to uproot me.
Right.
And then there's a whole other culture that is the privileged, what you'd call the privileged white class, that I guess some people would, the liberal left would, that feel it's their responsibility to come in and correct these people and take them out of those circumstances, which was the situation with the whole lake, the
Mhm.
government trying to establish stronger economies in these communities.
Right.
Ryan Llewellyn called me this morning, Bobby, wanting your phone number. I told him I didn't have it.
Winter's Bone is another movie that's plotted around you. Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
We put that on
We
the
put
list.
that on. We
didn't
did on Friday.
because Winter's Bone was written by a friend of ours, person I know from West Plains, Missouri.
Yeah.
That whole thing takes place right around West Plains, where I lived. And the people who are, the story is about the redneck mafia.
Do you want to go
Megan?
4745 or play another one?
My wife's actually related to him.
4745 or another one.
And that's 334. That'll put us at 51. Let's go ahead and play it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've seen the Whitaker family on TikTok?
So, in the movie Winter's Bone, where it shows them all sitting around the house playing guitars and stuff, that is Meredith Sisko and, what is his name? Bobby, what's the name of the guy that was a reporter for the Daily Quill down there that
5 seconds.
plays guitar? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Oh my gosh, my nose has been so itchy all morning. These allergies are killing me.
Well, you're not going to get an apology from Mother Nature, but we may have the next best thing right after Zach Bryan.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. I can't remember his name. He's got a mustached little guy from West Plains. Bobby will know. If I could think of his name, he'd know who I was talking about. Always hung out over at West Plains Music. But he was one of the main reporters for the Quill for years. And he and Meredith Sisko and a couple of other people from West Plains are playing music in that scene. Oh, Dennis Kreider. My wife just told me. She knows. Yeah. Dennis Kreider and Meredith Sisko and a bunch of others are sitting around. Made my wife very, very uncomfortable watching that movie. She did not like it at all because she knew too many people they accurately portray the people down in that area. It's the Adams family, not the Adams, the Collins family that they are, the story is about.
I'm looking at the Whitakers right now, a family who lives in an isolated shack cut off from civilization.
Mm-hmm. Not too cut off because they're now making shows and putting them on social media. And well, even the show Honey Boo Boo was about Georgia rednecks, that went the other way.
Right.
And we're fascinated by these subcultures. Yeah, well, they're not acting really. They're just sitting around playing music. But the one lady I mentioned, Meredith Sisko, she wrote the movie. And Jennifer Lawrence is in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about this family that is loosely tied in with this bigger crime family. I say crime family. It's a local redneck mafia, that runs all the drugs and everything else that happens. And it's all headed up by this one old lady. And We the Kingdom on Fox. Sponsored by The Chosen. No, I didn't get to see it.
I didn't see it either, John.
So I had to play in a big production over the weekend where they did this song called Let It Rain. And the lead singer and there were two singers for the deal, and one of them playing the piano, and it just poured rain down over them.
Mm-hmm.
Not real rain, of course, but it was real water. I mean, they got drenched, but they had this water system right here.
There you go. Yeah.
Dumped water down, and then they had a catchment system down on the floor. Come on, camera.
There you go.
You can see the guy. He's squeegeeing the water down to this other guy who is vacuuming it out with a shot.
All right.
vac
7 seconds.
so that they could get ready for the next production.
3 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:51.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 60 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news, tell you about our chance of storms moving back in by Tuesday.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know if you know someone who just absolutely spoils their pets. What do they do?
What's the worst case of pet spoilage? That sounds wrong,
Is
doesn't
that
it?
how you want to phrase that?
You should have put him in the freezer.
Randy.
That you've ever heard of. 623-1025.
Oh my gosh. I am over here just
I know.
rubbing my nose constantly.
She
I
has
am so
sneezed.
sorry.
I've been counting them. She sneezed 11 times since she
And
got
my
here this morning.
eyes are water. These allergies are killing me. Kyle mowed yesterday and it kicked everything up into the air. So my
Isn't that
allergies
great?
are miserable today.
Yeah, and that's just the beginning of the whole allergy season.
And there's so much to look forward to. And you know Mother Nature's not going to apologize for it.
Nope, that's why we've got Mr. Morgan Freeman to do it for them.
Hello, I am Spring Allergies. I'd like to sincerely apologize for taking up residence in your head and wrecking your life.
Thank you.
Runny nose, itchy eyes. It's like being pepper sprayed in the face on a bright spring day. And I'm sorry about that. But with all the constant sneezing, at least you know you're going to heaven with how many people bless you all day long. So as you open your medicine chest and stare at the bottles of pills and nasal sprays, just know that I'll be gone soon, only to return again next year. My bad. But bless you. Apologetically yours, Spring Allergies.
Yeah, next year. Talk just fall. It doesn't even wait until next year. And this will hang around until June. It'll be June or July before it gets hot enough to burn off all the pollen.
I have a sneeze that's still just stuck in my nose. I hate that. John says that no one was electrocuted.
Yeah, because they didn't use real microphones, and the piano was just a upright casing. So I've got some pictures, which are very difficult to see, of them getting soaked. Hold on, where? Are you really going to make me log back in?
Yes.
So the microphones are fake, and they were actually lip syncing along because, well, nobody wanted to get electrocuted, oddly enough. So
What?
Here is my buddy Devin. It looks like he's playing piano in the rain.
That's so cool.
And the rain is pouring down. He's getting wet. So pretty much it was like watching them take a shower in front of everybody. Here's another shot of him.
Were you on stage during this?
Yes, I was, but unfortunately I did not get in any of the pictures. I was over with the musicians.
So you didn't get soaked.
No, I did not. I was right outside the area, though. They have a marked area, that you had to stay outside of.
Yeah.
And they had to tape over all the junction boxes and everything so that no water could get into them. So this is Alexis. Getting drenched. If it will focus.
That's such a cool shot, though. Yeah, there's that.
Stupid cameras.
Summer says, I'm listening to you on the radio right now. For real, my dog uses more product in her hair than I do. Jeez.
Wow.
We get a little bougie with our husky, too, but you have to with the amount of fur and stuff that he's got.
Summer, what kind of dog is it?
Oh, yeah, it'll be now until it freezes again, Megan.
Oddly enough, I get it worse when it does freeze. I mean, that's when
Really?
I really have to be careful. That fall season going into winter, right around freezing time, is when I get it really bad, and I'll get sinus infections that'll turn into bronchitis. So I usually have to go make the trip to Webb City or Carthage, because you can't buy it in Joplin, to get the pseudoephedrine to be able to combat that.
Right. There we go.
trying to think what I watched over the weekend. I have rehearsals on Friday night, so didn't watch anything. But Saturday, I watched the new Jennifer Aniston, Adam Sandler deal.
They're spies or something, right?
Yeah, or private investigators or whatever. Anyway, we couldn't remember. So when they start the second one, they give you a little recap over the first one. And we had watched the first one when it was out.
Mm-hmm.
But they did the little recap. And I look at my wife, and she looks at me, and I'm like, I don't remember any of that. Do you? She goes, not really. So we stopped it and went back and watched the first one. Didn't remember any of it. So it was that
Can't have been
significant.
that great then.
Yeah. No, it was really fun. So we watched it and then immediately watched the second one. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They're always fun. They kind of ad-lib a lot of their scenes. You know, you can tell they're not scripted.
Yeah.
We also watched the Die Harder series with Kevin Hart.
Was it good?
The second one. Lot of language. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh, a lot of language. And there's one scene in particular with, what's the name of the wrestler dude that was in this one?
John Cena?
John Cena is in this. Well, there is one scene where he has just got out of the shower and he's wearing a towel, and they come in and he plops down on the chair to talk to him like this. And let's just say he's carrying some baggage with him. And they talk about that. They mention it, you know, because it's right there on display. And he goes, takes his hot tea and pours on them. Does a little twitch because he's showing how tough he is. And
Yeah.
so there's some definite adult content in this. You got to question
Right.
before you watch.
Murder Mystery 2.
Murder Mystery 2. That was it. Now, that one is just fun. I think everybody could watch that one.
Have you seen the movie Father Stew? I was
Yes.
surprised how good it was.
Very good movie. And a true story, by the way. Father Stew is a true story.
I don't know what that is.
Father Stew was the name of this priest from Montana. Well, originally, I guess, yeah, he's originally from Montana. And he went down to Hollywood to become a movie star, lived this indulgent, crazy lifestyle, had a near-death experience, was almost killed in a motorcycle wreck, and came to God and became a priest, a foul-mouthed priest, because he was also diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease right while he was at seminary. So he went ahead, he became such an invalid that he was almost paralyzed, you know, as it does.
Right.
And he was finally given his official priesthood just a few years before he died. But he went ahead and had a major influence on a lot of people's lives in Montana.
Father Stew.
It's got
This was real story?
real story, very true story. First one I was watching, I was like, there ain't no way this is a true story. And I got to researching it towards the end of the movie. I'm like, holy cow, this is real.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's in it.
Oh, this is the role that he gained that weight for, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
He had to put on the weight because by the time he becomes an invalid, he does such a good job at it. It's not often you see movies that are religious based with that much cussing in them. So
Yeah.
he was foul mouth.
It's already 8 o'clock.
I know.
Morning's been flying.
I'm trying to think today, music scheduling and everything. That's a big deal today, and meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other work, and then I've got to get to learning music because I got to be ready tonight. Rehearsals start.
How many songs?
Got 3 really. One of them I already know. One of the 4 songs. One of them I already know. I've got 3 I've got to learn. One's just a piece of, but the other 2 are going to be pretty involved.
Are you still the only guitarist?
Mhm. Especially since I'm covering about 4 or 5 different guitar parts. And I asked Devin yesterday, I was like, how much do you feel the slide guitar is necessary? He goes, I really would like to have it, especially at the beginning where it's so obvious. I'm like, great.
Great.
That's what will take forever. It's not hard slide. It's just slide. And slide in and of itself
You
is
don't
hard.
like slide?
No, hate it. So inconsistent, so temperamental. Everything has to be exactly perfect, and it's a lot like singing or playing violin. You know, there's nothing. It's all big variable. Like the difference between trombone and trumpet.
Okay. Yeah.
Trombone is the slide trumpet.
Yeah. Oh, man, that just reminded me of the trumpet and the Jell-O. That was great. Yeah. Okay. 40 seconds.
So there is a article that was just released last week of lines from movies and TV that we use every day that we don't associate necessarily with the TV show or movie that they come from. Like, squeal like a pig, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. Clear skies and breezy tonight with lows in the upper 60s. Breezy and sunny tomorrow morning, turning to a chance of storms, though, in the afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. Storms overnight on Tuesday, some of which could be severe. On Wednesday, quite a bit cooler. Sunshine highs in the mid-50s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar showing a few clouds over the 4 states.
63 in Miami, 62 in Pittsburgh, 61 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
So we're talking about people who spoil their pets. I mean, ridiculously spoil their pets.
Tell us about it at 623-1025.
Here's Luke Bryan.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. So if I said, let's make like a tree and get out of here, can you tell me what movie that's from?
No.
That's from Back to the Future.
Oh,
What's the name said? Yeah.
Jen, I've actually seen that one.
Or That'll Do, Pig. Everybody knows that
Babe.
one. Yeah. Alrighty then.
That is The Mask?
No, it's Ace Ventura.
Or Ace
Pet
Ventura.
Detective,
That's close.
Yeah. It's not a tumor.
I know that is Arnold.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop?
Yep. Look at that. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh, that is Rush Hour?
Yeah. Oakley Dokley.
Simpsons?
That's the Simpsons. That's Mr. What's his name from their next door neighbor?
Flanders.
Flanders, yeah. So there are a ton of these. That's one of the criteria that we use to figure out what movies we're going to give her. If there's iconic lines from them that she needs to know.
How are we phrasing this? What's the...
We want to know the worst case of someone spoiling their pet that you've ever seen. Even if it's themselves, it's okay.
Okay. Let me get this up on Facebook. We need like kitties or dogs in the background. Something for pets. Where is it? There's kitties. There we go. Okay. We need about 10 big straws and a big metal bowl. It's got to happen at some point. Yes, the CMT Awards were last night. I know Lainey Wilson won with that one. Carrie Underwood was a big winner again. Kane and Caitlin Brown won for their video for Thank God. I thought Carrie won. Didn't she win something? Maybe not. Jelly Roll, another big winner this weekend. Oh, what's going to happen? It's just a matter of when. That's right, Megan. Yeah, Jelly Roll got the award for male video for Son of a Sinner, digital first performance for Son of a Sinner for CMT's All Access, and then breakthrough male video for Son of a Sinner. Megan Maroney for Tennessee Orange won Breakthrough Female Video. And then, no surprise here, collaborative video went to Laney and Hardy.
Performance of the year was from last year's CMT Music Awards. Surprise. That's the thing about the CMT Awards to me. They're very biased.
Yeah.
Because they're very biased. Yeah, that's.
I thought Carrie Underwood won something, but I guess not. I know she performed at least. Yeah, she did Hate My Heart. Yeah, and then Chase Stokes and Kelsey Ballerini, they're a thing.
Yeah, I heard about this. What is this?
It's her new boyfriend. It's her first interest since Morgan Evans.
So maybe she's ready to move on, in other words?
I guess. They cut to him a couple of times, and he was bebopping in the audience and having a good time. It's just one of those things where it's like, I didn't even know these two people knew each other. It feels like they're in just completely different worlds. I have no idea. I don't know much about them, to be honest. Definitely cried during Jelly's speeches. Man, he's come such a long way.
Yeah.
A really long way. I mean,
I don't know enough about him, I guess. He had a rap career.
I mean, he had a really troubled youth. He was in jail, in and out of jail. You
figure he did based on the tattoos. You don't think somebody goes out and goes, you know what? Today, I think I'm going to just.
But he's completely turned his life around, and he's given back to the jail where he spent a lot of time and his community.
Success story.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of face tattoos, I saw a TikTok over the weekend, and maybe you guys have seen this one too, of the girl who is still in love with her ex. And so she got his face tattooed on her face.
His face tattooed on her face?
Uh-huh. And
Weird.
She's got pictures of him all over the house, and they just had a kid together.
That seems a little threatening.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say
Creeper.
that was like her second or third tattoo for her ex.
Definitely.
And then she had a follow-up video, and she was like, people are saying that someone needs to call CPS on me, but I'm totally fine. I'd feel bad for you and your kids.
Of course you do.
It's like, what? Yes, dead serious, Megan. Like his actual face on her face. And I think she had another one on her neck too. And so she was, at one point, she was like turning her face and showing the tattoo to the baby. And,
Weird.
I don't think I could ever get someone's face tattooed on me, even my own kids. Let alone a partner's face on my face. 5 seconds, Randy. Here we go.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country morning kicks with Randy and Jen, 8:10.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 61 in Joplin.
Getting cloudy out there this morning, but we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes.
But we're talking about some spoiled pets.
Yeah, the worst spoiled pets you've ever seen or heard of, we want you to tell us about.
At 623-1025.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
Here's Chase Rice from Florida Georgia Line.
On KIX 102.5.
All right. We got that one. Yeah, it was a trip. There are some interesting things on TikTok. That's for sure.
My favorite thing still is the. That is so great, the way that kicks off.
Oh, with our thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that it was completely unplanned. It was just something we did. Yeah, I think we got some real different algorithms going on. I get that, and then I get a ton of animal stuff on my TikTok. You know, I haven't looked at our reels lately. I think I can only do it through here.
Are they done?
How they're doing. Nope, that's not what I wanted. All right, so wow, 29.2 for the one of you as a leprechaun walking around.
Stupid. So stupid.
The one of Finger Puppet Jen is up to 2,000.
Nice.
1,700 for our vlog for Columbus. Our St. Jude wrap-up video has 3,000 views. That's awesome.
Nice.
Waxing You Nose has 2,600.
I really, really need to do. So I this weekend I just happened to be in the mirror, you know, for whatever reason. I thought I saw something on my ear, and I go up there and look, and yeah, right here, a very, very fine. It's not one of those wiry ones. Very fine, long hair, about that long, sticking off my earlobe, and I'm like, what the heck? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I growing that there? Stupid. So had to pull it.
I was doing my makeup this morning.
Yeah.
I was noticing the little nose hairs. And I was
hairs.
like, ugh.
I thought I need to get some time to sit down and do another waxing.
Mm-hmm. Dorinda wants to know when we're going to do the ticket giveaway on TikTok.
I don't know. I've been waiting for the right tickets.
And we're
to
also
do that
still
with.
waiting for. I mean, I don't think we're even at 100 people yet. Yeah, we're at 98.
So, and we discovered what is the amount that we have to have?
1,000.
Like 1,000. So it's a long way off. So I'm like, benefit. Is there really going to be a big benefit to this? And is it going to be around long enough before it gets forced to be changed to something else is another question. Because of all the government stuff that's happening with it. You know, are they going to ban TikTok, or is it going to be reiterated as another product owned by another company?
Right.
So there's a lot of questions up in the air right now around TikTok.
Whoa. What are you doing up there, guys?
What happened?
There are questions up in the air.
Yeah, a lot of them. See them all up there? All those questions?
Who's playing tonight
Playing where?
for NCAA?
Oh, I don't know. Nobody cares because the bracket's all busted, right?
Let's see. San Diego and UConn, is that right?
Yeah, 8:20 p.m. tonight. So that's the championship. UConn's going to win? They're not 4-seeded, right? Or was that their previous score? No, that's
Where the heck is the... There it is. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
What?
Because
Maybe
San Diego
pronounce
State's
it very
also...
slowly.
Thank you.
UConn.
San Diego State's also done very well. I know there's some folks cheering for UConn, though, around here.
Mm-hmm.
People forget TikTok used to be Musical.ly or something like that. Did it really?
Musical.ly?
There used to be a site that was like music period ly or something like that. Musical.ly.
Oh, yeah? That was TikTok?
Yeah, that's what Amber's saying. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Megan says they'll just change the community guidelines and keep it, I think.
Probably. But it's not the community guidelines that are at issue. You know, it's the security access. So, and the problem is that China, as a national company, has a right to any company's information access that they want at any time. That's the big issue. They don't want the United States doesn't want
All right, 5 seconds. Got a second.
China being able to access anyone's information from America. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
What's the worst case of someone spoiling their pet you've ever seen?
623-1025 to tell us.
Here's Bailey Zimmerman on KIX. Hey, good morning, Will. He says hi.
Morning, Will.
I need to fact check, but I'm pretty positive.
Definitely need to fact check.
I just wish they'd bring Vine back.
Vine?
Yeah, I love
You like
Vine.
Vine?
Oh my gosh. I still quote Vine. It's ridiculous. So as I was getting ready for my remote at KFC on Saturday, I took a shower,
Finally.
blow dried it, for the most part blow dried it, and then I put it up, twisted it up on the back of my head to dry while I did my makeup. Knowing that it was going to dry a little funny because of the way I had it up in my hair. And I had my straightener set up to warm up or whatever. So when I was done with my makeup, I could do my hair. So Kyle comes in. And also I have my drawer next to me open because that's where all my makeup is. So Kyle comes in and he's just being silly, trying to make me laugh. And I don't even remember what he did exactly.
Guys like us go to so much effort that's unappreciated, I'd just like to say.
Here's the deal. He managed to simultaneously break off the front of my cabinet drawer and jerk my straightener off that when it hit the ground, it broke.
It broke.
And so I'm just standing there and I'm like, oh
Really?
my gosh, what am I going to do? And so I have an old, like, it's not even a curling iron. It's just a barrel that gets warm and you've got to wrap the hair around it.
Barrel, like a beer barrel.
Like a beer barrel, yeah.
Barrel. Speaking of, we're going to be able to do all of our high gas price songs again.
Oh boy.
Because OPEC just, launched the price of oil through the stratosphere. I forget how much a barrel they raised oil prices, but it's get ready for gas prices to go through the roof. Crazy through the roof.
Jeez. Yeah, I guess they jumped back up to like 310 by Saturday.
310.
$3.10.
Is that what it was?
They were under $3 a couple days before that.
Oil prices surge after OPEC producers announced surprise cuts. Yeah, that's it. They've cut oil production, not the price. But the oil prices have gone up. So they cut production from 5.31%. It jumped that much to $84.13 a barrel now. And the U.S. benchmark rose to $79.83 a barrel. They're cutting output. They had been down to $73 a barrel. So now it's almost $10 more a barrel.
Oh, good. 5 seconds, Randy.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX 820.
Sunshine in upper 60s this afternoon and 61 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 6 minutes.
But we're talking about the worst case of pet spoiling you have ever seen.
623-1025. Do you know somebody who goes to stupid lengths to spoil their pets?
Oh, yeah. My mom and dad have a dog that in the morning they wake up, go to a 3-drawer dresser to pick her out some clothes. She's got 3 drawers worth of clothes. Put her in a car seat in the car and take her down the street, and they pay about $65 a week just to get her hair cut and put a little bow in her hair. It's ridiculous. This dog is their kid now.
Are you an only child?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why. That's exactly why.
He's a little jealous, isn't he? He wants a little bow in his hair.
Yeah, he wants to go for a ride, get his clothes picked out in the morning.
623-1025. Do you know somebody who spoils their pet?
I do. I don't actually know the people because they came through my line when I worked at dance club. What they did was, the couple, they bought 2 rotisserie chickens and told me it was just for their dog.
Wait a minute now. You work at a dance club that sells rotisserie chicken?
No, Sam's Club.
Oh, Sam's Club.
Yeah, I thought he said dance club too.
I want to go to this dance club that sells rotisserie chicken. Be out there cutting a groove and eating on some rotisserie chicken. Right on. That sounds like fun.
That sounds like a great
That's
night.
a Friday night right there. What about you? Do you know somebody that spoils their pet?
I do.
What do you do?
My dog sleeps in the bed with me and my fiance.
What does she think about that?
Well, that's where she's been sleeping ever since she was a puppy.
So she's okay with it then.
Oh, yeah. The dog's a blanket hog.
Pulls the covers.
My covers.
No, they're mine.
Do you know somebody who spoils their pet?
I do, actually. I have a Great Dane, and he too sleeps in bed with me. My husband sleeps in the other room.
What?
Oh, my God.
What?
Yes, and he's 145 pounds, so only, me and him, that's all the room there is.
Right.
He
Bigger
also
than her
gets
husband.
a donut every morning for breakfast,
Donut?
and his snack in the afternoon is a loaf of bread.
What?
whole loaf? Maybe the Great Dane's the husband and the guy is the pet.
Kind of, but, it's pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
What is the worst case of someone spoiling your pet that you have ever seen?
You can tell us on Facebook or 623-1025.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
We heard this one? I think so. I'm trying to hear them all.
Yeah, it was good to see you, Will. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do for Country Dirt today?
Yeah, that's most of the time that happens to me, Megan. Try to be funny and I end up damaging something and then I have to apologize. Why do I try? Why do I put forth so much effort? I don't know.
I could do a CMT recap, or we could talk about.
I got an update on our chat platform for our website. It's coming together. So he's pretty much picked the platform that it's going to exist on. They're now writing in the rules and code, and they're using some best practices from some other websites that utilize this chat platform that we're going to be using. So there's a number of things, and they're asking me to make a couple of decisions on them. Do we want to allow some community moderation? The problem with allowing carpet or carte blanche community moderation is that it can become spam worthy, especially if your numbers get so high to where they can troll other commenters. I don't expect that kind of behavior from you guys, but we've got to think to the future of what this might end up being. I mean, if it stayed small like this, no big deal. But if we got up into where we had even 50 people on, that could be very hard to maintain and manage.
So what would be the benefits, though?
The benefits is it's more interactive. They take ownership. They get an ownership of helping. It's the same reason they say spam, or when they tell us commercial or something, they are taking ownership of the chat, of the video. They have a role and a responsibility to play, and we appreciate it. You do have. So by doing that, what we would do was you give them the poop emoji, and if they get 5 poop emojis, it mutes the comment. We could set what that number is, or set what the emoji is that we utilize. I like the poop emoji. But you poop on someone's comment.
I trust
these guys.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the ones,
folks.
the variables. Now, we could set some filtering in place to protect, automatically. So certain words would be blocked. That's all having to be written.
Is there a way that we could say you can't take part in the community modding or whatever until you've...
We can only allow it. That's a possibility. That's a good idea. I don't know until you've been a member for so long. Possibly. So the thing is, we are going to do, and I forget what was one of the other benefits to them signing in. So instead of there being a country club, now there will be this. And country club members will automatically be entered for this.
Okay.
So by being a country club member, you'll be able to come in, sign in your country club membership, and be able to chat. But you have to be a country club member to be able to chat.
Do you have to establish a password password for it? Or how does
Yeah,
that going
yeah.
to how's that?
So you'll
okay.
have a username, which will be your email and your login, and then you'll have a profile name that you can do. You can manage your profile. So it's literally a social media network on KIX that you'll belong to.
That's cool.
Now, the benefits are there'll be specific contesting for you that other people won't get to be a part of. You get the newsletter when it comes out, which you can filter however you choose within
Right.
your own email settings. But then also being able to be a part of the KIX community on our KIX Live videos.
Mhm.
So got to have a conversation about it. We were talking. He had shown me the establishment videos that they have for these platforms that we're going to be using. And he talked about how they're having to customize and modify that. It's a lot of code to be written. I mean, probably 1,000 pages.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot
Oh
of code.
my
So
God.
there's so much that will go into the existing platform by and of itself. Here's the thing that we have issue with. This is the thing. There is no way to connect that chat into Restream. There's no way to integrate that as a source or a destination.
Okay.
So everybody can still go on all of the other places and comment, but they will not be able to see the KIX families, KIX communities comments on those other sites.
Well, that kind of stinks. That was
It
part of the
does.
point, I thought.
Well, and we always suspected this might be an issue of Restream because Restream only accepts 15 right now, 15 different destination sources.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way to integrate your own chat into Restream that we know of yet. So, as such, everybody can chat from different places, but the only way to see all of the chat, all the community. So what we would have to do is change our mentality to utilizing, instead of utilizing these other places, which we've done already a little bit, but instead encourage them to move to the website. We did that a little bit with YouTube, you remember, a few weeks ago, until we got the chat integrated into the video.
Mm-hmm.
There may be a way for us to integrate, and he's like, I bet there is, integrate the KIX chat into the video as well as the other chat. So what we would probably have to do is split this box.
Okay.
Top half would be social media chat, bottom half would be KIX chat. That would be the only way we could do it to where everyone could see everything. And that might be something we do. And we can integrate Restream's chats into our chat. We can't integrate ours into there. So we might not include the social media chats in the video. Might just include the KIX chat in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And on your platform, you'll see the others. The only thing is you wouldn't see all of them.
Right.
Can you cover the next segment if we need to?
Yep. Strictly move over to our own thing. I get it. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much the goal. It would be great if we could just move completely over to the KIX website and be predominantly there and call it good. Is that realistic? Maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, we've moved. I mean, we've almost all moved over to YouTube, so I think it might be okay. There'll be a learning curve, maybe, for all of us. It'll be something different we'll have to adjust to. Okay. So we have a new engineer that started today, and he's over in the office with Mel. And when I used the bathroom earlier, his desk is right in front of the window. And so I walked by and I kind of saw someone out of the corner of my eye. And so I doubled back and saw him, and I was like, ah. And he like looked at me. What are you doing? Hello. Social media will reach more of an audience. Staying with the app only will limit your outreach. Yeah, and that's a conversation that we've been having. Is it going to be a detriment in the long run? Are we going to be able to get new people if we're only on our website? I mean, that's one of the benefits of social media is it puts you out there so much, right? To a wider audience than we could do on our own. And that's assuming though that we've got the algorithm working with us. As we've seen on Facebook, doesn't really want to work with us unless we're paying or something, you know? KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. It's Morning KIX with Randy and Jen. Wanting to know what's the worst case of someone spoiling their pet that you've ever seen? 623-1025 or Facebook to tell us. Here's Jake Owen on KIX. So we're still talking about the move into our own thing. Amber says social media is going to reach more of an audience. Staying with the app will only limit your outreach.
Well, no, that's the thing, Amber. We're not going to just have the app and the website. It will also be on all of these other platforms. But ideally, these other platforms' purpose is to move everyone over to the website. So we are going to still be available on those. You can watch us wherever you want to. You can comment wherever you want to. But the idea is that we eventually move people and that our job will be to try to encourage to move you to that. And there'll be some benefits to being on that there won't be available on other social media.
And that's still something I think that we could work on making, I don't know, more of a benefit to just the website.
Absolutely.
Something exclusive
we are
to
going
those
to
folks.
do, you're going to see a lot of our contesting move on to onto that website. That's going to be the only way, not the only way, but one of the few ways to win concert tickets, event tickets. We've got Born and Raised Festival tickets, weekend passes we're going to be giving away. My hope is that we'll be able to utilize those for this as one of the things. Other big shows, some of the really big shows, rather than giving them away on air like we have done. I don't like on-air giveaways because usually it's 4 people getting told no and 1 person getting told yes. You know, I don't like that. So if we can move on to there and do a sweepstakes sign up or just pick a winner out of all of our country club members,
right,
then that's a much better deal. Plus, there's going to be some musicality aspects, songs we can play, music we can do, videos we can show you on our website that these other social media platforms won't let us.
Right.
So what we might do is choose to disconnect from some of those platforms during, let's say, the first 2 hours of the show or hour is this right here. Phone calls, us talking, stuff like that. And then we disconnect Facebook, YouTube, and some of the others. And then we do funny videos of the day or songs that we like, or we sit around and have a conversation about that, but it's just available on the KIX website. Right. So a lot of ways we can go with this. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. It's Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 61 in Joplin.
And we've been talking about spoiled pets, the worst spoiled pets you've ever seen.
Yeah, let us know your story at 623-1025.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
What is the worst case of someone spoiling their pet that you've ever seen?
My dog is very spoiled, and he is why I'm single, because the guys are jealous because they tell me I love my dog more than I love them.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a corgi.
And he sleeps in bed with you, right?
Yes, he does.
And he has to sit on your lap, right?
Yes, he does.
And he probably tries to bite anyone that tries to reach out and touch you, right?
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
So what is the most spoiled thing you've ever done for your dog?
I've taken him to McDonald's and Hardee's and got him his own burger.
Good gosh.
And I have taken him to get ice cream.
You realize he's not human, right?
Well, he's human to me. He's my fur baby.
Fur baby.
Love our baby.
What is the worst case you've ever seen someone spoil their pet?
Yes, I do. I spoil my baby girl. I don't call her a dog.
Because that would be ridiculous.
Yes, she's a people.
A people.
And also, she has her own chair at the dinner table.
What?
And her own plate.
Her own place set at the dinner table?
Yes.
Does she fold her napkin?
No. Oh, and also, she uses the bathroom.
What? Yeah, all dogs do that. Sometimes all over the living room floor.
What do you mean uses the bathroom?
She goes into the bathroom and sits on the toilet.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
Tell you what, if my cat or my dog knew how to do that, I would treat it like people too, I think.
Yeah, she's spoiled rotten. She listens to you guys every morning.
Very smart dog.
Genius.
Yep. Can I say hi to her?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do that.
Hi, Katie Dunn did it.
Katie Dunn did it. Hear the dog? Yeah,
Mhm,
the dog's
yeah.
listening.
Do you know someone who spoils their pet?
Whenever I go out for ice cream, I take my dog and buy him ice cream, too.
Right?
Because he loves ice cream.
That's right.
Does he get a cone? Does he ask for sprinkles?
No, we just get it in a bowl. We just get it in a bowl because he'll get it all over the car.
Yeah, because that's how they roll.
Tell us about the worst case of someone spoiling their pet that you've ever seen.
623-1025 or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 per country.
KIX 102.5. So we could, if we had the server space, we could do like everybody had their own platform, their own profile, and they could customize their profiles and you could make that accessible on a news feed. But then you start getting into server space, which is expensive. So far, this server space for the chat platform and for all the accounts associated with that is just $5 a month. So
Oh, nice.
that's we can do that.
Yeah, both Kathy and Megan have been talking about promotion being key in this.
And that's why we've tried to already be established on all these social media platforms that we're doing through YouTube and Facebook. And hi there, Morning Kicks.
Sorry, I was calling about your dog thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, what's the worst spoiled pet you've ever seen?
Well, it's not the worst, but I do this. I will go through and I'll get Sonic cups and I'll take
Yeah.
it home to my pups. But I put it in a little bowl and then I add a little warm water to it and stir it up because I don't want them to have brain freeze.
Oh, that's
but
so
that's hilarious.
thoughtful.
Have you ever seen a cat with brain freeze? Oh, you let them lick a popsicle and they will. They'll go to town. After a few seconds, it paralyzes them. They go,
like, I can't
it's
move.
hilarious. Thanks for calling. Yeah, cats are entertaining sometimes. So,
Did you ever put your cat's face through the bread when that was a thing?
no, I never. That was stupid. I have, however, taken wrapped paper around their feet and then chased them through the house, and they think they're in water. They try to shake their feet constantly while they're running. It's hilarious. I couldn't walk. I was laughing so hard. So, utilizing social media up to now, we have been bringing people to social media for Facebook. That's all it's been doing, and for YouTube. Now, finally, we'll be able to use social media the way it should be used, which is to benefit us as promotion for us. And the benefit is that we can control the messaging that we give you guys, which Facebook, as you know, has negatively controlled messaging for a long time. And YouTube does it too, to a certain extent. We've not realized how much so yet, but I'm sure we will. When we get to our website, it's up to us and our community how we message and what content we talk about and how we talk about it. It's a much more free platform built just for us that we control. And when I say we, you guys are a big part of that.
Yeah.
You know, you always have been. We've always been like, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about that? And we always include you guys in that stuff. So it's not a Zuckerberg ego trip thing
not
like
at all.
Facebook is.
No, we want to make a community that's really, that really is the KIX family.
And Facebook says that's what they want, but we know better. That's not their agenda. Their agenda is money made, and it's targeted in specific ways, and they will even motivate you to spend money by using their algorithms to control what you can and can't have displayed and what kind of reach you have. We don't care about all that. This isn't about money for us. It's about community. So it will be a much, much better platform for that.
Right.
And I I think we're going to get there. The goal is to be up and running with our chat by early to midsummer.
I think it'll happen.
You know,
for sure.
May, June, July, and we're hoping that I think we'll get there. I think based on how Jason's working on it, that by May we might be in the testing phase, you know,
Right.
which we're going to need some of your guys' help with, and then probably be established by June or July, ready, you know, really rolling with some big promotions to help drive people to that. And I'm really excited. Guys, this is how easy it's going to be. You open up the KIX app on your phone and boom, you can listen, watch, communicate. Just that easy. You won't have to log in to any social media platform. It won't be confusing. Literally, you sign in with your username, or if you're already signed in, when you open it, you go to town on it.
Right.
And my hope is that we might have enough Facebook content or overall content to maybe even start experimenting with some KIX TV stuff at that time.
Yes.
I'm looking right now. Spent some time on Friday a little bit looking, but I'm trying to find supplementary video content that we can utilize. It's very hard to find because I don't know how to search for this. So that we can use to, in addition to what we do at KIX for you guys. And so we're looking into that. There's a lot of Freeview stuff out there right now. When I say Freeview, if you play their commercials, you know.
Right.
It's all over the place. I mean, you can go to Roku TV if you've ever done that yet. The free channels that they have, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and they're just desperate for any opportunity to get viewers. So the question is, what do we want to inundate you with? And we need to be a little picky about that. I mean, I could get tons of anime stuff and old episodes of This Old House and things like that. But do we really want those?
Not really.
So
there's got to be a service out there like AirPower or like Power Portal that does.
Yeah. Well,
more involved, longer.
What there is a lot of them that will give you link feeds, link URLs that you can put into your. So, and that is a whole other thing. Then, do we utilize Restream for that, or is that something that when we're not using Restream on a schedule that's on the website that it automatically switches to? Which, I haven't even looked on the website yet. No, it hasn't happened yet, but I know coming soon, maybe even sometime this week, when you go to the KIX website, the Restream, the Morning KIX Restream is going to be on the main page.
Oh, cool.
I thought it might have been there today, but that was Friday, and he's busy, I know, but he said, do you want that to happen? I was like, yes. He goes, I can do that really easy.
Awesome.
That when Restream is on, when you guys are streaming your video, that it will take over that spot that right now has us all peeking around the logo. Oh, there it is. Stream feed.
Yeah,
so they took the chat box down, which I was like, yeah, you can do that for now. Since it's in the video.
Right. Yeah.
To eliminate the redundancy of it.
Travel safe, Nikki.
Yep, we got the Born and Raised Festival approved.
Nice.
Somebody on the staff wants to go, I can get media passes.
MJ, I'm sure will want to go. Who's going to be there?
It's a red dirt deal. I'm not huge on it, but the top 40 artists that they have, Randy Rogers. I love Randy Rogers. Not Randy Rogers. Randy Houser.
Oh.
And Gary Allen. And that's about it. The rest of it.
Ooh,
there's about
Turnpike Troubadours. Whiskey Myers.
Yeah, it's all red dirt.
Lucas Nelson. Oh, William Clark Green. Wade Bowen, Reckless Kelly, Stoney LaRue, Jason Boland and the Stragglers.
So Reckless Kelly, all those guys, Stoney LaRue. But it's 3 days of that. So if you like live music, outdoor festival, getting rained on, I'm sure. Mickey and the Motor Cars. We will have 16 3-day passes.
Is it 3 or 4 days? On the website, it says September 13, 14, 15, 16.
I think these are weekend. Hold on.
It says kick things off on September 13th, followed by a weekend of music and camping.
Let me see if I can find the proposal I did. Wow, there were a lot of emails this weekend. Weekend GA passes, so it'll be all 4 days.
Cool.
16 total. So 8 pair that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that I forget what I put for the time. Oh, yeah, we're doing that next week.
Oh.
So that won't be what we utilize on the website.
No.
I know the festival's not happening until much later, but we are going to give them away April 14th through the 21st.
Got it.
I didn't fill out everything. And they approved it. I didn't say how I'd give them away or the promo value. But we're going to split them up between us and MJ and Brad. Or at least us and MJ. I doubt we'll do Brad. But.
Yeah.
I think these will be just caller 5 deals.
Okay, well, I'm not taking the 19th off anymore.
You're not?
No.
They cancel?
No, sort of. I was going to split it up between 2 appointments because I've got a few things I need to get done. But I think it'll just be easier and probably financially cheaper if I just knock them all out at once. And they said, well, we can't do it all on that one day, so we'll have to get you in on another day when we have more time to do it all at once.
Oh, I know what's coming up in June. Silver Dollar City summer vacation getaway we're going to do. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX 849.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 61 in Joplin.
And we're talking about the most spoiled pets that you've ever heard of.
Yeah, tell us about the most spoiled pet you know at 623-1025.
What's your worst spoiled pet?
Yeah, my wife does. We've got this little dog, and when we go to eat, jumps up in the chair, and he stands up, and my wife feeds him with a fork.
He's got his own spot at the table.
She does, and then she eats right after.
Oh my God.
Hey, because he's her baby.
That's her baby. That's right. I walk in the bedroom, he growls at me.
Tell her that's how you get hookworm. I think.
What is the worst case of someone spoiling their pet that you have ever seen?
I'm guilty of that.
What do you do?
Got 3 horses, and I'll spend more on them in a month, taking care of their feet, taking them to a chiropractor, buying top-of-the-line feed for them. My horses get blankets every day, all day long.
Wait a minute.
It is below 55 degrees.
Wait a minute.
You said you take him to a
chiropractor?
Yes.
What does he do for him?
A horse can, pop their spine and their ribs out of place, and they'll go from between their ears all the way down to their tail, make sure everything's in line, and help them move better.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I had no idea that was a thing. That's cool.
Do you know somebody who spoils their pet?
There are a lot of people that spoil their pets. I understand that, but I'm just saying if I were to sit on the couch and lick my butt, I'm sure my wife would kick me off the couch.
But yet, it's considered normal behavior for the dog, does it?
It's because he's a dog, Randy.
Yeah, you know why he does that, Jen?
Because it's a dog and he can.
That's exactly right, yeah. Do you know somebody who goes to ridiculous lengths for their pet?
Yes, my best friend, she posted on Instagram last night that her and her Punchy got matching gel mani and petties.
Good.
What?
God.
No.
You know, I faded Nix's toenails a couple of times, but I would never pay $30 to get her a gel manicure.
She did, and when they travel, she stops and gets him, his own little hamburger and everything.
Of course.
Of course,
his
because he's
nails
a
are
good
painted.
boy, and he
Yeah.
deserves it.
So tell us about the worst case of pet spoilage, which still sounds weird
Sounds
when
so
you
bad.
say it like that, yeah.
You can let us know on the KIX Facebook page.
And we've got the Morning KIX Takeover getting ready to start in just 3 minutes.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. So I am looking forward to when we can bring back Weird Video of the Day.
Yay!
That's my goal.
Yes, that'll be good.
Which we could do already, but you guys couldn't comment if we did. So when that happens, like at a time like this, we will disconnect Facebook and YouTube and tell everybody, come on over to the KIX website because the fun's continuing with the Weird Video of the Day. And we'll have something lined up to highlight, or look at some and be able to show them to you guys. So that'll be a whole thing eventually.
Do you think that'll be an everyday thing
Not
that we do something
necessarily.
that's, yeah.
It could be.
I wonder if we could do maybe just like a Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, and we've got something a little different planned.
Yeah.
Each of those days.
Maybe, or maybe we just play it by ear.
Yeah.
More shower thoughts. Megan likes those. We could just do an hour of shower thoughts.
Straight shower thoughts.
We have a lot of shower thoughts.
Yeah, we do.
Not quite a year's worth, but almost.
Yeah, we're getting there.
More cowbell, definitely. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
What? Yes.
Yeah, you know one?
Well, I did have a pet. It sounds kind of weird, but we had a little skunk that my dogs were digging out from underneath the building that the mother was having, and I ended up raising him. The state let me raise him, and he was so spoiled. He had his own crisper in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
He got to go everywhere with me. He got ice cream and like Dairy Queen, Sonic, bombs. Everybody was giving him everything.
Just
I carried him in a pouch with me until he was weaned. Everybody just wanted to play with him.
Just ruined that dog. Just ruined that dog. I mean, skunk. Excuse me. Ruined that skunk.
Well, here's the deal. You can't tell him no, otherwise he's just going to stink out the place. Like, what other option do you have?
Thanks for calling.
You're just constantly threatened.
Yeah, it's like being held hostage by your own pet. All right, guys. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about kid myths.
Kid myths.
This is the thing you believed incorrectly when you were a kid, probably because something your dad or an uncle told you.
I thought there was going to be quicksand everywhere.
Yeah, that's the one you believed.
Mm-hmm.
I believed that when you lost a tooth, that if you wouldn't put your tongue in the socket, that it would grow back gold.
Oh.
I don't know why a gold tooth was desirable, but oh my gosh, I wanted so bad. And when it'd start coming in, I'd be really anxious to go see if it was gold because I'd hate to have a gold tooth. Be like, yo, throw down and be
blinging.
Pimp daddy. Yeah. So I got me a gold tooth because my dad had a false tooth that all of the enamel had worn off of it, most of it, and it was gold underneath. So they made them out of gold for some reason. I wouldn't think that would be I guess because it's pure or it's antimicrobial.
I guess.
Why not make it out of copper?
Right.
Why gold? But anyway, I asked him one time why he had a gold tooth, and he told me. He said, when I lost my tooth when I was a kid, I didn't put my tongue in there, and it grew in that way, which, of course, was total BS. That was my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so for years, I thought that was the thing. I mean, all the way up until preteen, maybe.
Wow.
Before I learned otherwise. I just never questioned it because, I trusted my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But there's stuff like that. We're not talking Santa Claus or Tooth Fairy, that thing. We're talking about the quicksand.
What about I always thought it was illegal to turn your lights on in your car at night.
In your car. Yeah, your parents tell you that. That's one. I also had, my sister thought that if you ate watermelon seeds that they would grow, that's how people got pregnant.
Oh.
That it was watermelons growing inside them that turned into babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really believed that. She, to this day, will not eat watermelon seeds, will not swallow them when she's eating watermelon. She has to sit and pick them all out because of this, subconscious mental thing that she has going on. Stupid.
So we got that tomorrow. We've got another chance for Secret Sound at 7:20.
And we're getting ready for Easter, so we'll do our annual Peeps campaign.
Do you like Peeps?
Sometimes. And in small amounts, yes. Not the generic ones. I like some of the flavored ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them when you open the box and leave them sitting on your counter for a couple
And they
of days.
get really, 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 really hard, like plastic.
That's how I like them.
Almost crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dried up Peeps, nasty marshmallow skin. So we'll talk about all that tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Bye.